Oh. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End for the Nintendo Wii. It's Captain Jack Sparrow. We're all familiar with the Pirates franchise, the Disney series based on one of their own theme park attractions that since the first movie all the way to the latest release would gross a combined total of $3.7 billion worldwide. With the millions and billions at their disposal, it's only fitting that the franchise would wander over into the world of video games. And in some time in 2007, hell if I know when, I was able to play one particular game. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. This game was released on May 22nd, 2007 to average reviews amongst the critical masses. Now this game and I go a long way back. This was actually one of the first games I've ever played on the Wii, along with Wii Sports and another game which I'm not going to mention because that'll spoil the next episode. But anyway, we're looking at a childhood game once again and I'll see if it still holds up today. Plus I'm reviewing this before the 5th movie comes out, so what a better time to talk about it. Plan something accordingly for once. So let's take a better look at Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. This game brings back a lot of memories of watching the films and also playing them. You play as Jack Sparrow, Will Turner, Elizabeth Swann, and Hector Barbossa, and you'll be going through the many stages of the franchise to progress. The game takes place in the events of Dead Man's Chest and at World's End, and you'll be playing through many locations and skipping a lot of story, or lack thereof. I know the story of the actual film is a bit confusing, but the game gives a better plot element. Apart from finding Davy Jones's heart, the pirate lords become a crucial part of the story. You gotta find them all and make them meet at Shipwreck City. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me explain how to play. You use the Wii Remote as the sword by swinging it all over the place. And, of course, that always works well. The icons on the top left show your health, items, and block meters. The D-pad will go through all the 4 items and B will use the item. And just to say, the turkey is how you get health back. I don't know why it's a turkey, I must be missing something. It should be consistent with the character, like peanuts or apples. The C-pad moves the character around, C will let you interact with certain things, and Z will block from your combatants, although you're limited on the blockage you have, so you'll have to resort to the conservation strategies, like running away, which is usually good because AI is dumb. All the events of the game will culminate in final boss fights against Davy Jones and Lord Beckett, who finally shows his face at the end of the game. You defeat them both, and if you've seen the movie, you know what happens. But if not, then here you go. Will replaces Davy Jones because he was almost killed himself. He and Swan will wait for each other until his time is served. Barbossa throws Jack off the Black Pearl. Time passes, more time passes, and Jack is eventually found by some guy. And that's how you play. Moving on. The music for the game is from the subsequent movies it's based on. It's great even though I can't get the proper music because of the obvious reasons. It fits in without any problem, and the placement of the music feels like it's where it should be with any environment or during fights. To say it's great is actually an understatement. I'd say it's glorious! Sorry, I just had to. Moving on. Once you complete the game and check your game progress, you'll notice you haven't completed it at all, because, oh yes, there's still so much to do. There are plenty of sub-missions within a single stage which you can complete for full completion and unlockables, which I clearly still need to do. Plus there's also challenging mode for 1 to 2 players and dueling, but yet again, I still have nobody to play with. I've risen from the dead. Yeah, it isn't all that interesting. Moving on. There isn't much information about how well this game did, but it was released on many other console platforms, all receiving mildly average reviews along with its counterpart. There has also been other previous releases and other spin-off games to sprout up from the franchise, not to mention all the random games on the Disney websites. The movie franchise continued with On Stranger Tides and the up-and-coming 5th movie, which hopefully will not be overshadowed by, you know, that incident. So, what is my rate to play? It's a should play. This is surprisingly a good game. It's impressive with all the things that developers try to put in here, although it can be an overload. But alas, this will be a day that you'll always remember as a day that you found a good Pirates game, let alone a good movie tie-in game. But that's only my opinion. If you have your own thoughts, leave a comment. If you like what you see, leave a like. If you think others could enjoy this, share it around the web. And if you want to see more, subscribe. Anyway, this has been BrianTheBlue Game Reviews, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End for the Wii.